Hi everyone, it's Cindy and today we're going to be making some aloo roti or potato roti. So I have some flour here. I'm just going to add a little sprinkle of salt and then we're going to knead this. I'm using self-rising flour, but of course if you're using regular flour, you just have to add baking powder to that. So before I knead my flour, the first thing you want to do is put your potato up to boil. Make sure you boil it until it's tender. And while that is boiling, I'm going to put my dough together. I'm going to add a little water at a time until it forms a dough. So I'm going to do that now and I'll show you in a little bit how it turned out. So my dough is ready. I'm just going to cover it with a damp paper towel or with a cloth and set it aside for a few minutes while we wait on the potato. See, you don't want it to dry out. So just cover it and leave it on the side. So once my potato is finished boiling, I'm going to season it with some green seasoning, some shad benny, some crushed garlic, some cumin, roasted jeera, and some salt. So we're going to add all of this. And of course you can add hot pepper. I am leaving it out because my daughter loves this. So I'm leaving out the hot pepper. But you can totally add it if you want. So guys, my potato have finished boiling. I'm going to let it cool for a little bit and then I'm going to remove all the skin and mash it and then we're going to season it. So I just finished mashing my potato. Try not to have any lumps in there, otherwise your roti is going to burst. So to this I'm going to add some salt, the garlic, and try not to have too much of liquid in your season because then your potato is going to be too soggy. And your cumin powder. So I'm going to give all of this a mix and taste to see if I need to add additional stuff. So I just finished mixing the potato. This is what it should be looking like. So make sure this is completely cool before you put it in your dough, otherwise your dough is going to burst. So I'm going to leave this to cool a little more and then we're going to start working on the dough. So in the meantime, I have a plate lined with paper towel and I have a bowl with oil. So for our next step, we're going to make little dough balls like these. I'm going to continue doing this with all my dough and then I'm going to show you how I stuff it with the potato. So my doughs are rolled out. I'm going to keep them covered while I work on one at a time. So now I'm taking my dough ball and just opening it out. I'm just opening the ends. I'm pressing it out first and then you're going to open the ends like this. Then you turn it over. I put a little bit of flour and then I'm going to put some of the potato in the middle like this. And we're going to close it up. You can press down a little and then you go like this and you can close it. See? Just like that. So I'm going to continue doing the rest of my dough balls. And then I'm going to roll it out and put it on the tower to cook and you'll see that. So all of my dough is filled with the potato. I'm going to cover it while I start to work on the first one and roll it out. So once your dough is rolled out, this is what it should be looking like. I'm going to brush my tower and put it on.
Don't do.
So first step, you're going to grease your tower. And then I'm going to put your dough on top of here, the roll out dough. Then you're going to brush the top of this. When the bubbles start bubbling like this, then we're going to turn it. Then we're going to brush the side a little bit again, and then we turn it again, brush it a little bit, and continue cooking it until it becomes a little bit brown. So this is what your roti should be looking like. Of course, you can make it as brown as you want or as light as you want. So I hope you guys try this. I'm going to dish it out and you guys are going to see what it looks like.